So my husband is a sweetheart, and so he took our two oldest kids into work today. He does that, well, we aim to do that about once a week so that I can have a little bit of time alone and also just more focused productivity. It is, for those of you with young kids and for those of you who just have young kids in your life, you know it can be very hard to be productive when they're around. And, you know, it's not good or bad, but it just is a fact. It's just a fact. And so I find that just having even one day that I can go from having 3 to 1, I still have the little baby here with me, but you know, it just makes a huge difference in terms of my internal state, honestly. I mean, it is about getting things done, but I'd say even more so, it's just about having the space and the quiet and the extension of time. I find that one of the biggest adjustments that I had to make in becoming a mom was that my time suddenly was not like in long stretches, but in little choppy bits. And that was really hard for me and still is hard for me at times, like getting really invested in a task, setting up a to-do list for the day, and then feeling like it is constantly interrupted and broken apart. And I can't just sit down anymore and do one thing without any interruptions. I used to place a lot of value judgments on that, like that because it felt bad, that it was bad, but that's not necessarily true. All things that feel bad, all things that are uncomfortable aren't necessarily bad, like in and of themselves. For instance, my children coming in and interrupting what I'm doing. It's not inherently bad, even if it makes me uncomfortable. The discomfort is more a sign and a signal to me of a readjustment that needs to happen. Myself, my soul, my internal person is communicating with me that something is not right. And I think it's very easy to say, my kids interrupted me is the thing that's not right. That's the thing that needs to change. But there are a lot of things that could change. My expectations of my day and my time, that's something that could change. Also, my own sense and experience of success, that's another thing that can change. I talked about this a little bit in my last Clean With Me video, but we get to define what success is. No one else out there gets to tell us this is what a good day is. Only we get to say that for ourselves. And so if I'm holding really tightly to the idea that a successful day is long stretches of productive time, then yes, I will continue to feel bad as a mom, 100%. And if I'm unwilling to let go of those particular standards of success, that particular definition of success, then I'm going to automatically define my kids interrupting me as bad. And I will continue to experience that as bad, as uncomfortable, as against my own desires. And that places my kids in enmity with me. That places them against me. We're no longer on the same side. In that frame of mind, they are coming into and disrupting what I want to happen. And that means that they can't possibly be anything else but against me, or that I can't possibly be anything else but against them. We're enemies in that situation. But I found when I was able to surrender some of those old standards of success and kind of like reframe what was happening, my whole world shifted. My whole experience of my kids changed drastically. And I feel like this can apply to so many things, even beyond parenthood. It can be applied to anything in your life, that makes you feel uncomfortable, anything that is stretching you, any kind of resistance that you feel within yourself, we get to decide. We get to decide whether that thing that's happening is bad because it makes us feel bad, and that it's always going to be bad perpetually forever, or if there's something that can shift in our perspective that could make it feel good. Now, I'm not trying to say that every time my kids interrupt me, I feel good, because that is not the case. That's not how reframing works. That's not how our brains work. How I picture it is that there is a path clearly cut in the forest of my mind, and it is easy to walk on because it's cleared. The path has been cleared because I've walked on it so many times. And when you reframe, you are cutting a new path. You're cutting a new path. So right now when my kids come to me mid-project, mid-task, I still might feel some of those old feelings because the path is not completely cleared. I am creating that path in that moment. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but that is my experience. So when I am mid-task or mid-conversation and my kids come to me and they want my attention, no matter what feelings come up, no matter if I feel initially frustrated or annoyed or whatever, that's okay. That's the old path. And the reframing that I've decided is that they're coming to me, they're interrupting me, is an invitation to slowness. And in order to say yes to that invitation, I have to stop. I have to stop, and I have to get down on their level or touch their hand and be fully encompassed in that new moment. And with that comes a lot of letting go. In order to do that, I have to let go. I have to release whatever it is back here that says, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. You've got to maintain the pace. If you don't maintain the pace, fill in the blank. You won't have a productive day. Things won't get done. It's not going to be successful. You're going to fall behind. Everything is going to be overwhelming. The thing that makes my kids feel like interruptions is the belief that I don't have enough. Someone has solved the secret of how not to overload your washer. Please tell me. Please tell me. Because it happens way too much that it does that freak out thing. So yeah, that feeling, that sense of irritation is coming from the belief that I don't have enough, that I don't have enough time to do the things that I want to do or need to do, that I don't have enough energy to both be present with my children and also take care of my house or work on that project. For me, it's 100% a scarcity mindset. And that's why I'm irritated, because they are taking from a cup that has a limited amount within it. The cup has a finite amount of time and energy and resources and emotional capacity, and I'm the cup, and it's finite, and they're taking from it. They're taking from me, and there's not going to be enough left. These are the fears. These are the fears that are in back, that are coming up behind that irritation and that annoyance when my kids come in and cut into my task that I'm working on, my thing that I'm doing. So for me, the most powerful thing that I've found to circumvent that sense of lack and scarcity and finiteness is to connect myself to that which is infinite. And for me, that's my relationship with God. And it's not even just like, how can I make more time to spend with God, where that's all I'm doing? You know, like just sitting and praying, or just sitting and meditating, or whatever, it's like not, it's not even just that. It's like, how can I bring more of God into my day with me where I need him to be? Like, I want to be connected to the infinite always. I want to be connected to the infinite, not just when I feel calm and relaxed and I'm praying and I'm so spiritual, you know what I mean? I'm just so spiritual. Not just in those moments, but when I am not feeling very spiritual, when I'm feeling pretty irritated and frustrated and my kids are under my skin, like, and there's not enough time and like, that's when I want to be connected to God. That's what I try to do when I'm in that moment. When I'm in that moment of decision to walk the old path of lack and irritation and scarcity, just general not enoughness, or to walk the new path that says there's more than enough time and space and energy, and that even if there wasn't enough time, even if I only had so much emotional capacity, there is no better place to pour my emotional capacity and my energy and my time and my internal resources than into my children and into my relationships. I'll just expand it out. This is not just about parenthood or like kids. This is people. The reason that my kids are important is because they are people. So really, it applies to anyone in our life who we have coming to us. And there's a lot of nuance in it. I know that there's a lot of nuance in it. I'm not just saying let anyone and everyone take from you whenever they want to, That's not good or healthy or right or, yeah. I'm just saying that on the value list of things, on the priority list of our hearts, the people in our lives should be way, way up there. They're more important than getting things done. My kids are more important than getting things done. My kids are more important than having a clean house. My kids are more important than whatever perceived standard of success I am trying to meet. And I truly believe that when I connect myself with God, who is infinite, infinite joy, infinite peace, infinite love, then I don't have to be afraid that there isn't enough. And I am empowered and emboldened to say, screw it. Screw the laundry. Screw the standard of success that I have been trying to meet. I am only emboldened to let it all go when I feel that that confidence and safety net of my relationship with God beneath me. Yeah. Because I believe in my heart of hearts, and it took me many, many years to get to this place, but I believe in my heart of hearts that if I never did anything else productive or right or good, I just sat in a chair in the corner and became a potato, and yeah, if I never did another dish or folded another towel, that God would still love me. I believe that because I think that his love comes from who he is and not from what I do. It just puts this safety net underneath me where everything is not so contingent on me doing a good job. It's not even contingent on me stopping and slowing down perfectly and cutting the new path perfectly and because any of that self-help and being good and pursuing wholeness, all of that can just become more of the same thing in our hearts if we're not careful. If we're not mindful, it can just become another thing to do. The point of slowing down is not to add another thing to my list. It's not like now there's laundry and dishes and slowing down and I'm like, when I look back on my day, did I do it perfectly? Did I slow down the right way? Did I stop for my kids? Did I, it can all just become another thing for us to add to the checklist if we're not intentional. It's not another thing to add to the checklist. It's the opposite. Slowing down and relying on God is not just like more work for me to do, It should be the opposite of work. It should be rest. It's not more of this, it's this. It's release, it's surrender, it's yielding to the season, to the moment. It's letting go of what I think should be and shouldn't be, and just letting what is be.
I dreamt of you last night. You were by my side. I woke up alone. I should have known, because I'm always on my own. I just want you here every minute, dear. When I'm without you, don't know Oh, please don't say goodbye. I will wait for you, however long you want me to. Just please.